How many times have you been just going about your day and you see people that get upset at the smallest things? Or maybe you have gotten upset at the smallest things. Like you spill something on the floor, somebody around you spills something on the floor, somebody drops a pencil near you. I don't know where that came from. Somebody's driving too slow on the road. I'm kind of a slow driver, so sometimes people get really mad at me for driving slow. Just like really small problems. I remember I was on the road recently actually, and I was driving, and I was going pretty close to the speed limit, but I mean, admittedly, I was going a little bit slower than the speed limit, and the person behind me, sped by me, gave me the finger, and then just started yelling out her window as she passed me. And I couldn't help but think, like, damn, is this okay? Maybe she was on her way. Maybe she was on her way to somewhere like really important. But I mean, I see this all the time where people just get upset at the smallest things, like other people's behaviors, just really small things. And I see it in myself too. Honestly, I see it in myself where I'll get upset. Like if, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but if I'm in a bad mood, if somebody doesn't like text me back right away, or if, or if I have to like do the dishes, I get upset about having to spend 5 minutes to do the dishes. I get upset at like little inconveniences, or if somebody says something to me that kind of offends me a little bit, or somebody's like rude to me. Really small problems like that. If I'm in like a really low place, really small problems like that bother me. But what I really want to get at in this video is if you are not aware of what your purpose is and what your goal is in life, like what you're working towards, who you want to be in 10 years, if you're not focused on finding that purpose and finding that passion, or if you've already found it, if you're not focused on pursuing that and getting there, like pursuing that passion and living it, living your dream, then little things are going to bother you because, well, you don't have any problems to worry about other than the little things in your life. That's what it comes down to. So like for me, for example, I want to be a better speaker. I want to be a better communicator. So I go to Toastmasters meetings. I go to like meetings where I get to get up in front of people and speak. It's like it's a public speaking club. And I can like get up early enough in the morning to make the meeting, depending on where I'm living at the time. Where I'm living right now, the Toastmasters meetings, when they get going again, obviously with COVID, they're all online right now. But when they get going again, they're going to be, this club has meetings at like 7 a.m. And, I can get up really early to make those meetings because, and by the way, I work the night shift right now at my job. I work 11 to 7, 5 days a week. So it's kind of inconvenient at the very end of the day, my work day, to like go and make those meetings. But I have that higher purpose of wanting to be a better communicator, so I just do it. I do it anyways. I don't get upset that I'm a little tired. That's a small problem. I don't get upset that somebody cuts me off on the road. That's a small problem. I don't get upset that I feel a little hungry during the day as I'm like working on my speaking skills. That's a small problem. It goes back to that saying of small problem, small man or woman. So yeah, small problem, small man or small woman. But guess what? If you find, like, so how do you get rid of your small problems? You find bigger problems. You find that higher purpose. And if you haven't found it, go experiment with things. Have fun. You're living here. You're living here on this earth, so you might as well just, find your passion. Or just try different things. Try different things. It's a big world and there's a lot going on. A a lot of people, especially in my generation, I'm in my mid-20s. A lot of people in my generation, it seems like they put a lot of expectations on themselves for, like, you know, succeeding. But I was reading this book recently, and there's a quote from a philosopher, and it was, "We're all here on this planet to fart around, and if anybody tells you differently, or don't let anybody tell you differently." Yeah. We're all here to fart around. Don't let anybody tell you differently. So that's pretty cool saying. I mean, we're all here to goof around. Like, yeah, I mean, I take my goals pretty seriously, but I also take life loosely, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to take this too seriously. I mean, at the end of the day, we're really just all a bunch of, you know, evolved monkeys floating around on the rock. We're all a bunch of, how does that quote go? I heard this from Joe Rogan. We're all a bunch of monkeys floating around on a rock in the middle of space. And if you think about it, it's kind of true. So anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, how to get rid of those small problems by finding bigger problems and finding a higher purpose. Because if you don't think about it, if you're just sitting there at home and you don't have any big thing that you're looking forward to, you're going to find small problems that don't mean anything to try to solve. And you can do that if you want. Or you can find bigger problems. Peace.